Hi everyone, Dr. Cliff Faver here, and I just want to talk about hair regrowth. I want to compare and contrast, what we do in the veterinary field with what we do with the San Bernard and what we teach you with the Pet Skin Academy. As a veterinarian and going to the workshops and stuff, melatonin is about the only real product that's out there that is recommended by veterinarians. And I always say when I prescribe melatonin that I also prescribe this because I never saw it work that well. I tried it on a lot of dogs, and I just can't say that I had a lot of efficacy when it comes to that. Now, there's a lot of different theories on how it works, anywhere from stimulating the brain to grow new hair, to some people think that it blocks some of the cortisol that's produced. A lot of different theories, but I just didn't see a lot of results. Now, it could be it works in specific cases over the others, but like I say, I was not happy with the results. One of the things that really excited me and still excites me is watching what we can do with the Yves Saint Bernard product zone. The mineral H actually has parts of the placenta in there, and there you can go out and get capsules and stuff like that. But if you're just getting components and not having the whole picture on that, I just don't think you're going to get the same results on the overall. But by using the mineral H and we follow up by pH and the orange peck, we get very, very good results. And how it works is the mineral H and the placenta in there actually works like a stem cell to stimulate hair growth on that. The pH balance actually creates a perfect environment for the hair to grow, and the orange pack actually helps strengthen the hairs that are left there. Now, we do that once a week. We go until we have stubble. I always say it's like growing grass. You need to water and fertilize it a lot in the beginning until it starts growing, and then you just have to maintain it. So we go once a week for about 4 weeks. And then we back it off to every 2 weeks until we get the hair to regrow like it should be, back to a normal coat on that. There's very few cases that I haven't seen some great results on that. Not everyone's going to respond, understand that. A lot of times there's underlying problems. Sometimes we haven't diagnosed it. We got thyroid problems. We've got other issues on that. But comparing it to the melatonin, there is no comparison on that. And I find it interesting because, like, for example, shave alopecia, they consider that a hormonal issue with Pomeranians. And specifically, they think it may be associated with some male hormone on that, but they don't know exactly which one. The interesting thing is, if it's associated with a male hormone, why can I grow the hair back by using products on the outside? We didn't change the hormones. Why does it grow back if we use products on the outside? A lot of these dogs are neutered. That's a treatment of choice on a lot of these dogs because they feel like if we take away the male hormones, then we'll be able to grow the hair back. And I would say in some cases that may be the case. I can't say that I've got a lot of experience with that, but I have a lot of experience growing them back with or without the neuter on that. Just know that you've got some wonderful products. You've got some ability to grow hair back without having to go through more aggressive things. I always recommend, if you have lack of hair growth, or we have alopecia, you should always start with the blood work though. Because if we have some type of metabolic problem, we can grow the hair back, but we can't maintain it because the metabolic changes within the body will cause it to fall out eventually if we don't keep maintaining it. So we want to rule out thyroid problems, liver problems, kidney problems, all those things that would actually produce toxins that will be excreted out through the skin. So hope that helps. We'll see you next week.